Well, there's very little to complain about living here on the Suncoast except for the traffic.
And there's a lot to complain about for some. Whether it's Sarasota or Manatee County, we've all felt the stress that sometimes comes with sitting in Suncoast traffic. ABC 7's Marla Spence found 3 everyday drivers who agreed to be tested to discover how they felt stress while behind the wheel.
Sweaty palms, heavy breathing, even headaches. These are just some of the symptoms that can be brought on by driving on the Suncoast. We wanted to know more about traffic stress, so we took 3 people just like you and put them to the test. With the help of Sarasota Memorial Hospital, we recruited a 53-year-old interior designer, a 68-year-old Uber driver, and a 28-year-old new Suncoast resident. Hospital staff hooked each person to a heart monitor, and each one received a diary to record their experiences.
Just put the activity and what symptoms that you're experiencing, okay?
So activity is driving and symptom is, that guy just cut me off.
Right.
Then our volunteers hopped in their cars and hit the road. We begin with Debbie, the interior designer. She's in her car nearly every day, driving to see clients on Longboat and Siesta Keys.
When I'm very busy, I'll put 40,000 miles on my truck. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot in 1 year. Probably every time I get in the car, I get very stressed. There's going to be somebody doing something that's going to either cut me off. This morning, somebody ran the red light.
Our next volunteer is Patricia. She's been driving for Uber since January. Patricia says aggressive drivers stress her out.
It's the driver who's in a hurry and just cutting in and out, and they feel like you're not going fast enough, and they're tailgating you bumper to bumper.
Then there's our Suncoast rookie, Ernest Howell. He moved to the area just a couple months ago.
I do get stressed out sometimes. I feel like the traffic can be very congested in some areas. A commute to the grocery store, to the gas station can be catastrophic, I feel like, in this area.
We monitored all 3 drivers during a full day of their driving activities, then took their heart monitors back to Sarasota Memorial for review. Dr. Chippy Nalori is a cardiologist and medical director of Sarasota Memorial Hospital's Ornish Lifestyle Medicine Program.
When they've indicated that they are driving, but specifically when there was a stressful situation with the drive, there was an increase in heart rate.
Ernest, our newest Suncoast driver and the youngest of our test subjects, seemed to be less fazed by our traffic. His average resting heart rate, 62 beats per minute.
You want to see a lower heart rate because what that tells you is that the systems that keep our body calm tends to predominate in this individual.
Our other 2 test subjects spend more time in their cars and have the resting heart rates to show for it. Debbie, the interior decorators, was 86 beats per minute. Patricia, the Uber driver, was a little higher at 89 beats per minute. Dr. Nalori says those numbers are alarming.
It should be around 50 to 70. And the reason being is that higher resting heart rates have been associated with higher risk of all-cause mortality and higher risk of cardiovascular death.
Dr. Nalori also says drivers who spend more than 2 hours a day in their cars, like Debbie and Patricia, are at a higher risk for obesity and high blood pressure.
You're setting up a situation where you are potentially putting the heart at risk.
Dr. Nalori says deep breathing exercises while driving can help bring down your heart rate, and increased physical activity can improve your heart health overall. I'm Marla Spence reporting for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I think those deep breathing exercises will come in handy because sometimes it gets pretty hectic out there.
You know, I tried something just a couple weeks ago. I started doing this, and that is leaving 5 minutes earlier than I normally would.
Okay.
So that gives me that little extra time where if I run into a little more traffic, I don't have to stress about it because I'm not going to be late.
Maybe everybody should take that advice moving forward.
It works for me.